The Drug and Alcohol MIS reporting website is used by all FTA-covered employers to report their drug and alcohol testing results information as required. If you are a direct recipient of FTA funding, you should have received a letter from the U.S. DOT Volpe Center notifying you of the requirement to submit MIS testing results to FTA. This letter contains the username and password that you will use to log into the online reporting system. You must use this new login information to access the website. If you did not receive this letter, please contact the FTA Drug and Alcohol Project Office. If you are a subrecipient or a contractor to a direct grantee, your state DOT or grantee will provide you with your username and password. To begin, open your web browser and go to the Drug and Alcohol MIS reporting website. Enter your username and password and click Login. You are now on the status page. Here, you can view the status of your submission. If you have any subrecipients or contractors, their submission status is also displayed. Your list of subrecipients and contractors is compiled using information from your previous year's submission. To add or remove a subrecipient or contractor, contact the FTA Drug and Alcohol Project Office. Click here to download a list of all usernames and passwords. As the grantee, you are responsible for providing this information to your subrecipients and contractors. To begin entering your data, click Enter or Edit Your Data. This is the employer information page. If you submitted an MIS report to FTA last year, this section will be pre-populated with the information you previously provided. Review this information to ensure it is correct and make any changes as necessary. The certifying official is the person who is certifying the accuracy and completeness of the data. This is the person FTA will contact if there are questions with the data submitted. If you, the person entering the data, are not the certifying official, include your name and phone number here. If you are part of a consortium or use the services of a third-party administrator, make sure to enter their name and phone number. When finished, advance to the next section by either clicking the Covered Employees tab at the top of the page or the button at the bottom of the page. Notice that a green checkmark has appeared on the Covered Employees tab. This indicates that the section is complete. You will now provide data about your covered employees. Enter the average number of employees who worked in each of the FTA safety-sensitive positions during the reporting year. If you need help determining this information, click the question mark. You can also click any of the underlined text throughout the online reporting system for context-related help. If you do not have any safety-sensitive employees in a given category, enter 0. The total number of employees will calculate automatically based on the data you enter on this page. When finished, click Drug Testing Data to advance to the next section. In this section, you will enter your drug testing data for each test type performed during the reporting year. Only enter information for FTA tests conducted. You will do this for each employee category, beginning with Revenue Vehicle Operation. If you indicated on the Covered Employees page that you do not have any employees in a certain category, this table will automatically be filled with zeros. You can only enter data in the white fields. The gray fields will calculate sums as you complete your testing information. Let's say, for example, you conducted 11 pre-employment tests and one test came back positive for marijuana and cocaine. You would enter 10 in column 2, indicating 10 pre-employment tests were negative, and 1 in column 3, indicating 1 test was positive. Since you must also indicate the drugs for which the test was positive, you would enter 1 in both columns 4 and 5 because the test was positive for both drugs. Continue to enter your drug testing information. When you have entered all tests conducted with their results, you can click Set Blanks to 0 to complete the table. When finished, click Revenue Vehicle and Equipment Maintenance to move to the next employee category. Notice the green check mark showing this category is complete. Continue entering your data until all categories are complete. Just like you entered your drug testing data for each employee category, you will now enter your alcohol testing data. Again, you should only enter information about FTA alcohol tests performed during the reporting year. Remember, after you complete entering data for each employee category, look for the green check mark. When you have entered your alcohol testing data for all employee categories, click Wrap Up to advance to the final section. Here, the system will run a series of validation checks to ensure the data you have entered is sensible and reasonable. If any of the validation checks fail, you can go back to that section and check the data you entered is correct. You can navigate to any section using the tabs above. It is important to note there are circumstances where the data is correct but still falls outside a validation check range. In these cases, you are still able to sign and submit your data. If FTA has questions, we will contact your certifying official for an explanation. However, the data here has passed all validation checks and is ready to be signed. Click Sign and Submit to certify that the information provided is true, correct, and complete for the period stated. Your submission is now complete. Click Print and/or Save a copy of your MIS submittal to download a copy of your submission. You are required by Part 655 to keep this for 5 years. FTA is asking for your assistance with collecting DAPM contact information so we can notify you of important updates to the program. Please verify the contact information displayed. If you need to edit this information, click here. If after you've submitted your data, you realize you've made an error, you can go back and edit. From the status page, click Enter or Edit your data. Use the tabs to navigate to the section you want to correct. After making your changes, be sure to go to the wrap-up page as you will need to re-sign and resubmit your new data. Don't forget to also save a copy of your updated report. If you have subrecipients or contractors, you are responsible for reviewing the data they submit and certifying its accuracy. From the status page, you can view the submission status of your subrecipients and contractors. Data that has been completed but is pending grantee review will be shown in orange. Click View User Data to review the submission. Once you have reviewed the data, return to the status page. If you accept the data as accurate, click Accept. If changes are required, click Reject and contact the subrecipient or contractor. You have now finished reporting your drug and alcohol results using the DOT's Drug and Alcohol Testing MIS online reporting system. If you have any questions, please contact the FTA Drug and Alcohol Project Office.